Okay, we're here with head coach for UC Santa Barbara, Mario Weibel. Coach, congratulations on a great game today. How do you feel, and what are some of your thoughts about the game?
Well, actually, I'm ecstatic that we have a win in the playoffs. That's always a good start. Now we're got to look forward to Saturday in Arizona State. Real tough team, tough opponent. They had us in our first matchup, and hopefully we'll be able to change some things there. As far as the game went, I think it was real good effort by the boys. I think we were a little bit more streaky than we'd like to be. We want to be a little bit more steady with our scoring, but part of that was just how Arizona was able to be disruptive to us in the middle of the field.
Good.
So when we made the adjustments, I think things started to turn around, but they had a great game plan for us in the first half. That's for sure.
Sure. What adjustments did you make? It seemed like the first, at least half of the game, was kind of back and forth, and then late in the third and the fourth quarter, you guys really turned on the heat. What kind of adjustments did you make?
The biggest adjustment was in the ride. They came in with a very specific clear for us, and we just needed to match up a little bit better with their midfielders and how they were running them through the middle. And what that did was it slowed the pace of the game and didn't allow them to really get in transition and kind of get the game frantic. It made the whole game have to slow down, and it put the ball in our hands longer on the offensive end, which is exactly what we wanted.
Good. What kind of adjustments do you want to make for Saturday's game, and then also upcoming in the tournament in Denver?
Again, we want to control the middle of the field. Arizona State is outstanding. They've got an outstanding group of athletes. They can score goals. They sting you every time you make a mistake. So I think the biggest thing for us is limiting our errors, limiting our mental errors more than anything else, and just coming to play hard. It's semifinals, and you only get there once a year, right? So.
Absolutely. Excellent. Coach, what are some of your thoughts about the MCLA and its key role in the growth of lacrosse across the nation?
I think the MCLA is it's an outstanding league. We've got some very, very good teams here and some very, very good players that can compete at a lot of different levels. And, as long as the competition's good, the league has merit. And right now the competition's very good. You've got some really strong teams out there. I think the other thing the MCLA gives kids is a place to play. Lacrosse isn't embedded into every university like, say, a football or a baseball or a basketball is. So there's a lot of limits on where players have choices to go. And the MCLA, especially, now that it's really entrenching itself into some of the larger universities like Michigan, Arizona State, Oregon, those type of schools, and UCSB, it gives kids an alternative to having to travel back east to be able to play at, some competitive lacrosse in college.
Certainly. Well, it's very nice to play out here on the West Coast where it's sunny all year and we can play lacrosse all year.
Absolutely.
Good.
Listen to that East Coast player.
Coach, congratulations again. Thanks. Okay, we're here with Coach Mickey Miles Felton for University of Arizona. Coach, unfortunately disappointing loss tonight in today's game. What are some of your thoughts about the game and where things could have gone better for you?
Well, it's always a disappointing loss when the season ends because all of a sudden you get like, well, what am I going to do tomorrow? And since I don't play golf, I have to figure out something else that I probably want to do tomorrow. But we had some greater expectations for today's game, and Santa Barbara played a very good game, and I don't want to take anything away from what they did. We have a very young team, and the future is in front of us. We all know that we played with our hearts today, and we gave it everything we had, and it just wasn't enough. But we'll be back, and we'll be back in a bigger way next year.
Certainly. Where do you think things could have gone a little bit better for you? What adjustments would you make if you could go back and play the game again?
Well, actually, I'd probably have to look at the film and hire a new head coach maybe and go in that direction. But I think that, they played the game a little faster than we had anticipated. And so I think if we would have dropped back a little more and given up some clears, it might have helped us a little bit. And other than that, I thought that our offense did what we wanted them to do. We just couldn't finish. We couldn't close the deal. And if I had to find a way to finish, to change that, it would be I'd bottle it. But I think that finishing is just in our future, and we have to look on the bright side of things today.
Certainly. Now, Coach, you obviously have some history with the MCLA. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, and also what your thoughts are on the key role that the MCLA plays in the growth of lacrosse across the nation?
Well, we started I was involved with the starting of at the time it was called USILA. Then we moved into USLIA when the Lacrosse Foundation turned into the governing body of lacrosse. We went with them. So we started in 1997. Actually started writing about it, the need for a national championship in 1990. And guys got behind me, and next thing you knew, in 1997, we got it started. There were about 7 guys that helped get it started. I obviously was far from doing it by myself, although sometimes I get a little more credit than I deserve with that. But there were a lot of other guys, Jason Lamb and the Corba family, and John Paul, and there are other guys as well that I'm missing their names, and I apologize for that. A little busy listening to the music and after this game, but we started it in 1997 with 77 colleges and universities, and today the MCLA, I believe, has 213 colleges and universities in 10 leagues and in 2 different divisions. So the growth has been phenomenal, and the importance of it, of course, is because the high school and the junior high schools, there's so much growth around the country that the need for college players to continue their career is extremely important. And obviously, since the NCAA Division I hasn't been growing, and Division II and III are growing a little bit, but not to the extent that the sport has grown, the need for the MCLA has been phenomenal. And you come out and watch these games, and you see the difference in the quality of play from where we were in 1997.
Very good. Coach, now obviously you have a certain style when you come out here to play and coach. Tell us a little bit about that. You're not the only coach to sport a unique individual style on the field. Tell us a little bit about your style and why you sport it.
Well, it was my way of promoting the sport back in the day. I started at Arizona in 1975, 76, and there was very little coverage of it, very little interest in the West, and I just figured that, these guys all work pretty hard, so I'm going to get more involved. And with some of the things that I did, which was, was kind of marketing things, and dressing like this became a marketing tool because I got a little more coverage on it. It stirred up a little more interest. And always known for wearing a red and a blue sneaker for years, and then I switched to the red boots. And when I came back to the team this year, I got emails from all over the place telling me, we miss your red boots, we're so glad they're back on the field. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be dressing this way, but so many people were talking to me about it that I decided, I'm going to do it, and I'm glad I did, and because I get to wear really cool shirts.
Good, very cool. Well, I certainly remember playing against you in a team when I played on Brigham Young University's team, and playing you guys and seeing you on the sideline. You definitely were a standout image on the field there. Coach, one final question.
I think that's a compliment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. That's how it was meant to be.
Just checking.
Very good. Well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate all that you've done for the sport, and we wish you the best of luck in the future. Thanks again.